And welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Game 3 of the 3-game series between these two clubs. The visitors, Coastal Bend Cougars, and the homestanding Tyler Junior College Apaches. Dr. John Groth with you here for Game 3. Game header here. The Apaches won Game 1 13-7. They won Game 1 of the series 9-6 on Friday. Let's go through the lineups for you. First for the visitors from Coastal Bend, they are now 31-16 on the year. They're 0-2 in conference play against these Apaches. They're led by second-year head coach Brian Barley. Leading off in center field, it's Joel Rodriguez. Batting second, Josh Burnett in left. Second baseman Jordan Gokenauer is batting third. First baseman Ruben Sepulveda at first base, batting cleanup. Third baseman Bo bat DH. Jared Irvine bats sixth. Kevin Lee, right fielder Kyler Bumstead bats eighth, and the shortstop Paxton at ninth for the Cougars. On the mound is Michael Dinsdale, the right-handed redshirt freshman from Pasadena, Texas. Defensively for the Apaches, Braden Wise in left, Chase Evans in center, Fiver Trimble in right field, Taylor Broadway at third, Caleb Bell at short, Ty Meisner at second, Mike Morissette at first. Behind on the mound, the right-handed freshman from Conroe, Texas, Jacob Blatney. Blatney on the mound for the Apaches. Jacob Blatney is 2-2 on the year with a 5.21 ERA. This is his 11th appearance of the year, 10 of them as a starter. 38 innings pitched, 42 strikeouts, and 13 walks. First pitch is at 4:02, and we're underway, and it's ball one. Blatney on the mound from the windup. The pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-man umpiring crew for you. It's Dr. John Groth with you here on the play-by-play. This will be the last home game of the season that we broadcast. We're hoping to go to Beeville in 2 weeks. Can't guarantee that just yet. And there's a fairly good chance we'll be in Plano for the district tournament. The 1-2 pitch, way off the plate, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just getting started here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 3 of the series, 66 degrees at game time. 2-2 pitch, fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Wind continues to blow out west-northwesterly, 14 miles an hour. It's actually picked up as the afternoon has progressed. Humidity at 49%. Had a cold front go through yesterday, brought a bunch of rain, and that's why we're playing this game today. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez, first strikeout victim of the day for Jacob Blatney.
Number 33, Josh Burnett.
Here's Josh Burnett. Blatney has struck out 42 batters in 38 innings of work coming in. That was strikeout number 43 on the season for Jacob. Here's Burnett now, the left fielder. First pitch, outside corner, strike one. One pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did. One out, nobody aboard. We're just getting started here in Game 2 of the double dip today. Game 3 of the series. 7 games between these two squads. Breaking pitch, called strike 3. 2 up and 2 strikeouts for Jacob Blatney. Here's Jordan Gokenauer. And Gokenauer, 2 for 5 in Game 1 today, including a home run to right field. So he steps in for the first time against Blatney here in the first inning. First pitch. And there's strike one. The 0-1 pitch. And that's going to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody aboard. Couple of punch outs to start this one for Blatney. Strikeouts 43 and 44 of the season. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, the Cougars will have about a 6-hour trip after this one. 3 hours or 345 miles from here to Beeville. We're at Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. About a mile inside the West Loop on the Rose City Complex. Adjacent to the Tyler Rose Garden. Christus Mother Francis Football Stadium. Harvey Convention Center. All on the Rose City Complex. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Gokenauer. Blatney trying to hang up a 0 in the first. Just missed on the outside corner. Apache dugout wanted that one. And it's a full count on Gokenauer. Jacob Blatney shakes off Cade Watson. Shakes him off again, finally comes to an agreement. Here's the payoff pitch, fouled it off. It's headed over toward the Avalon, but going to clear the Avalon and go back with a 3-2 count. The next payoff pitch, and he walked him. So it's a 2-out walk to Gokenauer, and that's going to bring up Ruben Sepulveda.
Now batting, number 20, Ruben Sepulveda.
Runner at first, 2 down. And there goes the perfect game. Blatney comes set, the pitch. Fastball, strike 1. The Cougars are led by second-year head coach Brian Barley. They were 34 and 24 last year. 31 and 16 at the moment. The Apaches now 23 and 22 on the season, 2-0 in conference play. Here's the 0-1. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blatney, now 20 pitches here in inning number 1. Apaches ended up using 6 pitchers in that first game today. The 1-1 pitch fouled straight back off the net. And it's a 1-2 count. On Ruben Sepulveda, 2-way player for the Cougars. He started game 1 on the mound. Plays first base when he's not pitching. Pop up, center field. This is Chase Evans, plenty of room. Makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So it's a donut on the board for Black number 1. And we'll be back in just a minute to give you the Apache lineup. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's bring you back a little early here. Go through the Apache batting order. Here's what Coach Wren has the lineup card for game. Lead is the second baseman, Ty Meisner. Batting second, catcher, Cade Watson. Batting third, first baseman, Mike Morissette. Batting cleanup, third baseman, Taylor Broadway. Batting designated, John Mike Bounds. Batting sixth, right fielder, Fiver Trimble. Batting seventh, center fielder, Chase Evans. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Caleb Bell. Batting ninth for the Apaches, left fielder, Braden Wise. Defensively for the Cougars from Coastal Bend, Josh Burnett in left, Joel Rodriguez in center, Kyler Bumstead in right, Bo Gott third, Mike Paxton at short, Jordan Gokenauer at second, Ruben Sepulveda at first, Cody Lee behind the plate and on the mound, right-handed redshirt freshman from Pasadena, Texas, 6'5" right-hander Michael Dinsdale. Dinsdale 4-2 on the year, the 3.12 ERA. This is 11th appearance of the year, his 9th start. 43 and a third innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, 25 walks for the redshirt freshman from Pasadena, Texas, Memorial High School, Michael Dinsdale. First pitch is in there. Strike one to Ty Meisner. Meisner 0 for 4 in the opener today. Still looking for his first hit on this Sunday, April 22nd. Pitch missed outside. And among the starters that, actually Sepulveda had a better ERA. Sepulveda came into Friday's game with a 2.54 ERA, but Dinsdale 3.12 on the ERA. He has fallen behind here. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ty Meisner. The Apaches 23 and 22. They're led by ninth-year head coach Doug Wren. 2-0 in conference play now. And winning the first 2 games of this 7-game series between the Apaches and the Cougars. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Meisner. The pitch. Tapper up the middle. Tough play. Sexton knocks it down but can't make the throw, and it's an infield single for Meisner. So the leadoff batter aboard here in the first. And here is Cade Watson.
Now batting, number 28, Cade Watson.
First pitch to Watson, outside ball 1. The 1-0 pitch in there, strike 1. Well, the Cougars had lost the tail end of a doubleheader against St. Edwards JV on Tuesday, the 10th, and so they have now lost 3 in a row. The Apaches won Friday and won today, so they've won 2 in a row. Cougars trying to at least get 1 out of 3 here in Tyler. They'll play 4 more down in Beeville in 2 weeks. And Apaches can sweep here. They would just need to win 1 of 4 to secure the number 1 seed in the district tournament. So every game important. If the Cougars can come back and win this finale, makes it ever a little bit tougher. Chopper to short. Sexton will flip it over to Gokener at second, and they get the lead runner. It's going to go 6-4 on the putout. Meisner's out, and there's one out for Morissette. Morissette steps in. Had 2 hits in the opener today, a double and a single. He scored 2 runs and had an RBI. Foul ball down the left field line, and foul. It's into the Coastal Bend bullpen area. And it's 0-1 on Mike Morissette. .43 RBIs on the year now for Morissette. That leads the club. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Michael Dinsdale, 4-2 on the season for the Cougars with a 3.12 ERA. Pitching in his 11th game and his 9th start. Listed at 6'5". Chopper foul. We'll do it again at 0-2. Right-handed redshirt freshman from Pasadena Memorial High School, Pasadena, Texas. No balls, 2 strikes. Watson at first. Broadway waits on deck. Pitch. Off the plate. 1-2. Next pitch misses off the plate. It's even at 2-2. Morissette, the freshman from Frisco, Centennial High School. Batting in the 3 spot for Coach Wren. 2-2 pitch. Base hit other way. We've seen Morissette do that more and more as the season progresses. Good piece of hitting right there. The Apache first baseman, he's 1 for 1. So 2 on for Taylor Broadway.
Now batting, number 7, Taylor Broadway.
Not a bad day at the yard in game 1 for Broadway. 4 for 4. 2 singles, a double, a homer, 6 RBI. And in a 13-7 game, Broadway breaks out in a big way. First pitch in there, strike 1. He's probably going to see a steady dose of off speed, slow, slower, and slowest. One out, 2 aboard. Michael Dinsdale comes set. The pitch. Misses outside. We're even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Apache's trying to get some energy out of their dugout. The 1-1. Outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broadway thinks he's going to get something in. He's probably mistaken unless he gets a mistake. He's going to have to use the whole plate now. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Dinsdale comes set. The 1-2. Oh, that got a lot of the plate there. Catcher Lee was off the plate, and that pitch leaked out over the outer half. Lee was set up well off the plate into the left-handed batter's box, and that ball was not there. Might have got away with one there. Here's the 1-2. Now Dinsdale's going to use the inside move and keep Watson close to second base. Taylor White over at third base, coaching in the third base box, and you got Bucky, Trent Buckhorn, first base coach's box. The pitch. Fouled off right side. That's going to land into the Apache bullpen. That wind really has picked up as the afternoon has progressed. Probably will start tailing off toward the end of this one. First pitch was at 4:02, and I don't know, I'm going to guess that as that sun drops, we'll have a little less breeze. But for now, it's blowing straight out. The pitch misses low. 2-2 to Broadway. Coach White and Coach Bucky wearing the short sleeve pullovers in the coach's box here for game 2. Coach White had the hoodie on for game 1. Apaches wearing their all whites today. The pitch outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Taylor Broadway. Cleanup hitter for the Apaches. I just noticed something. The pitchers, or the coaches, didn't get white turfs. They're going to wear the black ones. I have to ask Coach Wren about that. Another inside move, kind of a token throw, and almost got away from Gokenauer. Well, I got the story on the pop-up in that first game to right field. It really had an impact on that that big inning. Well, one of the innings, I guess. And they had a miscommunication in right field. Ball 4, ball gets away, and the runners will move up. So Broadway aboard, first walk of the game for Dinsdale. And here is Big John. Base is loaded for John Mike Bounds. John Mike Bounds he also had a good game in game 1. He was 3 for 4, scored twice, doubled, and a 2-run homer over the center field fence in the 8th inning. And that gave the Apaches a little more breathing room in the 9th as the Cougars came storming back. That ball's well hit, right field, and over the head of Bumstead, off the fence. 1 run scores. Here's the second run. It's a 2-run double for John Mike Bounds. Apaches strike first here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Here's Fiver Trimble.
Now batting, number 35, Fiver Trimble.
Trimble with an opportunity, second and third, 1 out. It's 2-0 Apaches. Michael Dinsdale, the big right-handed freshman, fires a strike. And it's 0-1 on Fiver Trimble. Trimble 1 for 4 in game 1 today. freshman from White House, Texas. Played the corner outfield spots all season. Starting in right field today for Coach Wren and the Apaches. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. It's a 2-0 lead for the Apaches, bottom of the first. Just missed on the outside corner. 2-1. Really nice crowd here at the ballpark. Sunday afternoon, boy, that wind just picking up. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball to short. And Sexton throws it across, and they were giving up a run there. Middle infield was playing back. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Trimble. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. And it's 3-0.
Now batting, number 18, Chase Evans.
Bounds went to third on the play, and here's Chase Evans with 2 outs, and John Mike Bounds at third base. Apaches have scored 3 runs. The Bats have come alive today. Scored 13 runs on 14 hits in the first game today. And they jump out with another little crooked number, 3 in the first. And Evans is the 7th batter here in the first inning. Dinsdale, the 0-1. Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Just missed off the plate, 2-1. Well, Meisner led the inning off with an infield single. Then it was a ground ball to short by Watson. A single by Morissette, a walk to Broadway, a double by John Mike Bounds, and then a ground ball by Fiver Trimble. 3-0 Apaches, 2 outs, and 1 aboard. It's now a 3-1 count on Chase Evans. Caleb Bell would be next. The pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Dinsdale. And that will bring up Caleb Bell. Runners on the corners.
Now batting, number 6, Caleb Bell.
Chase Evans stole his 9th stolen base of the year in game 1, but he also was thrown out, stealing in the 8th inning. So 1 for 2 in steals, but probably would be worth taking a chance right here. Try to get Evans to second with 2 outs. He's going to go on the first pitch, throw down, and not close. He's out, and that'll end the inning. So Evans caught stealing, 2-6, ends the inning. But the Apaches get 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave a guy on. We'll head to inning number 2. It's 3-0 Apaches. And welcome back to historic Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of the second inning. It's Bo Gonzalez to lead it off. 5, 6, and 7 for the Cougars from Coastal Bend. 31 and 16 on the year. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. Jacob Blatney back on the mound through 22 pitches in the first inning. Blatney working from the windup. Misses low, 2-1. Well, the journey to Greenville, Tennessee has started in earnest between these two clubs. Apaches trying to get back to the World Series. And with their 5th consecutive title. First goal there is to get the #1 seed in the district tournament in Region 14. And they've gotten off to a good start, 2-0 in these two ball games. That pitch hit Bo Gonzalez, so he'll go down to first base.
Number 17,
and
Jared Irvine.
Here's Jared Irvine. First time here in game 2. Irvine 0 for 4. I'm sorry. No, he was 0 for 2. He was actually lifted for Luis Castellanos. First pitch in there, strike 1. So Gonzalez reaches on the hit batter. Gonzalez had 3 hits in that first game. Scored 3 times and hit a home run. Hit a couple RBIs, so what a nice day for Bo Gonzalez so far. Gonzalez played first base in Friday's game, and he was moved over to third when Sepulveda moved to first. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs, and Bo Gonzalez at first. The only base runners have been a walk and a hit batter so far. Couple of pickoffs from Blatney. Blatney's 2-2 on the year. 5.21 ERA. Pitches in there, strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 38 innings pitched coming into the ball game for the freshman from Conroe Oak Ridge High School. Here's the 1-2. Line drive right at Meisner. He'll throw to first, double play. And that'll erase the base runner. There's 2 outs. L4-3 if you're scoring at the house. And here is Cody Lee, the catcher.
Number 14, Cody Lee.
Well, that ball was well hit by Jared Irvine, but it was right at Ty Meisner. And Gonzalez, you got to freeze on that, and he took a step or 2 to second, and there was no way he was going to get back in time to beat the throw from Meisner. First pitch is in there, strike 1 to Cody Lee. Pitch is high, 1-1. Cody Lee came on in the 6th inning in game 1. He actually got 3 plate appearances, struck out looking. RBI double and got hit by a pitch. Coastal came on strong at the end of game 1, scored 5 runs in the last 2 innings to make it respectable at 13-7. Apaches bats have come alive here. 9-6 in the first game, 13-7 in game 2. And they started this one with a 3-run first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody aboard. The 2-2. Pop up, and that's going to get out of play into the bleachers. Look out. Bing, bing, off the seats down there behind the first base dugout. Apaches in the first base dugout here at Mike Carter Field, and the visitors, the Cougars, in the third base dugout. The next 2-2 off the plate, and it's a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch, grounded to Bell at short. He throws, and that's it. It's a 1-2-3 inning, albeit with the double play in the middle of it. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. Score remains the Apaches 3 and the Cougars 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Well, these two are playing a 7-game series, and what's at stake this year should be likely a spot in this second round. The top three are the second, third, and fourth teams in the Metro Conference, and the lower seed between these two clubs will play in games 1 and 2 on Thursday, May 17th in Plano, Texas at Prestonwood Christian Academy's Graham Field. Game 1 at 9 o'clock start, and then game 2 at 12. And that'll feature the lower seeded teams in the bracket. There are 6 teams in the bracket, and then there's a 4 o'clock game among the top seeded team in the Metro or Region 14. The bracket I have does not specify which one is which. And then the 7 o'clock also has the higher seed against the winner of that second game. So really what these 7 games are going to determine this year, because North Arkansas appears not to be going to be making this tournament, these games are going to determine which team will get that first round bye, if you will, and actually that's going to save some arms for sure. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Caleb Bell. And in a 6-team double bracket, saving arms could be a key feature in working your way through the bracket. So these are important games for both these teams. Next pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Apache shortstop, Caleb Bell. 0 for 3 in the first game. Still looking for his first hit of the day. Caught the outside corner, 1-2. Absolutely. I've got a couple of Chinese exchange students, Susanna and Sophia, that are actually staying at the Growth Home for about 3 weeks, and so big shout out to them. They are coming over to our house today, and my wife just said they're watching, so I hope you heard that. Glad you're at our home, and I think you're coming out to the ballpark here in a little bit. So ground ball to second, and Gokenauer throws over, and there's 1 out. Caleb Bell out on the 4-3. 1 away here in the second. Here's the 9-hitter, Braden Wise. Yeah, glad they're watching and listening. Susanna and Sophia. So we'll look forward to meeting you in person sometime real soon. Hope your transition went smoothly from Mika and Ray. Appreciate them housing you for the first couple of weeks. 1 out here in the second. First pitch off the plate, ball 1 to Braden Wise. Braden Wise in game 1, 1 for 5. That one was a triple to right field. 1-0 pitch. Popped up left side. That's going to get out of play. And the wind continues to blow straight out here at Mike Carter Field. The 1-1 pitch. In there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Braden Wise. So Prestonwood Christian Academy's Graham Field will host the district tournament on May 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I believe that's the first time that this facility will host that tournament. I've seen some drone video, and it looks to be a really nice venue. So we'll look forward to hopefully doing some games over there. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, thought he went. They're going to check it, no swing. That was close. It's always amazing when you watch the slow-mo replays on those check swings. Sometimes with the naked eye it doesn't look close, and then you watch the replay and it is a swing. But Wise gets the call. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on that one. Took something off of it. And it's a strikeout. First strikeout of the day for Michael Dinsdale.
Now batting number 2, Ty Meisner.
Here's Ty Meisner. Infield single his first time up in this one. So he's 1 for 1. First pitch misses off the plate. Meisner, the freshman from Hallsville, Texas. Just not quite an hour from Tyler. Between here and the Longview. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody aboard here in the second. Apaches put up 3 runs in the first inning. They lead it 3-0. 2-0 pitch misses inside, and Meisner has worked a 3-0 count. Cade Watson would be next for the Apaches. Pitch is in there, and it's 3-1. Meisner started the day at 3-11. Line shot, 1 hopper. Gokenauer can't handle it. And that's going to be an error. And the defensive struggles continue here for Coastal. He had 3 errors in the first game. That's the first one here in this one.
Now batting number 28, Cade Watson.
Here's Cade Watson now, 2 outs. Meisner reaches on the error by Gokenauer. And Watson grounded out to short. Actually hit into a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1. Watson started the day at 358. And ball in the dirt. Cody Lee pounces on it. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-4-0 for the Apaches. Zeros across the board for the Cougars. We're at the bottom of the second. 9-inning ball game. That's going to be off the plate. It wasn't a bad pitch. Cody Lee kind of hopped out of his stance as if to make a throw, and sometimes those catchers, they don't frame the pitch, make it harder on that umpire to call a pretty good pitch a strike. So It's a 2-0 count to Cade Watson. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Fly ball, center field. Rodriguez on his horse and makes the running catch on the warning track. Nice play out there in center by Joel Rodriguez. And that'll end the second inning. We'll head to inning number 3. Score remains 3-0 Tyler. Kyler Bumstead will lead it off for the Cougars here in inning number 3, 8-9-1. Bumstead, Sexton, and then Rodriguez at the top of the lineup. 3-0 Apaches here in the top of the third. In there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blatney, 37 pitches through 2 innings for the Apaches. Dinsdale has thrown 51 in his 2 innings of work for the Cougars. The 1-1 pitch off the plate. 2-1. I would love to hear from some of you that are out there watching. If you want to shoot me a note on the live chat feature, we'll give you a shout out. Just give a shout out to our Chinese house guests. I'd love to give you guys a shout out wherever you're watching from. Who you rooting for, let us know. Had a number of Coastal fans watching this weekend. Good to hear from them. Chopper, that's going to go foul. We hope to make the trip down to Beeville a couple weeks from now. Joe Hunter Field, beautiful facility in Beeville, and they have a nice press box. It's actually a little bit bigger than this one. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the third. 3-0 Apaches, the 2-2. Boy, almost got him. Just ducks out of the way. Blatney has worked a full count now to Kyler Bumstead, the right fielder. Bumstead, 3 for 3 in game 1. Had 3 singles and an RBI. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Bumstead's going to turn and stare down the umpire. And that's always a dangerous proposition.
Now batting, number 28, Mitchell Sexton.
Strikeout number 3 for Blatney. And here's the 9-hitter, Mitchell Sexton. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Blatney, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Well, if Blatney can get Sexton here, he will have navigated the Cougars for the first time without giving up a hit. Boy, check swing and got in on all in the kitchen right there. Sexton tried to hold up, and he couldn't. It was an inside fastball, and it fouled it off. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball to short. This is Caleb Bell. And throws across, 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Joe Rodriguez for the second time. He struck out swinging back in the first inning. 0 for 1 in this ball game.
13, Joe Rodriguez.
Rodriguez started the day at 292 for the Cougars. First pitch to the leadoff hitter. In there, strike 1. Made some really nice plays in center field for Coastal Bend this weekend. A 1 pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 in there, and it's 1-2. Blatney has struck out 4 Cougars here in the first 2 2/3. The pitch just missed. Boy, I couldn't have taken it with 2. And there they are. My wife and my daughter and our 2 Chinese adopted daughters. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. It's a grounder, and Broadway will cut it off, throw across, and that's it. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across here in the 3rd inning. And it's a 3-0 Apache lead. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 3. Morissette, Broadway, and back to ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to historic Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. Here's Mike Morissette for the second time. Single to left his first time up. Part of that 3-run rally to lead the game off for TJC in inning number 1. Michael Dinsdale back on the mound. Pitches outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses, and it's 2-0. Dinsdale, 51 pitches through the first 2 innings. He's on for the 3rd. 2-0 pitch to Morissette. Called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. My wife is trying to explain baseball, as my daughter is, to these 2 Chinese girls. My wife, I want to hear that. I would love to be in on that conversation. She didn't know when we were dating, she didn't know the game was over until we shook hands. So here's the 2-2. Line drive, diving stop by the second baseman, and he got him. Gokinar with a great play, and Morissette is out. Boy, put a star by that one. Nice play by the second baseman, Jordan Gokinar.
Number 7, Taylor
Dive
Broadway.
to his left, gets up and throws out Morissette. Now, I also had the thought that my wife has spent years in these bleachers. I was a head coach here for 17 years, and my daughter that's sitting out there with her, she spent a lifetime at this ballpark as well. 1 ball, no strikes to Taylor Broadway. He walked and scored in the first. In a huge game 1. That pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Broadway 4 for 4, 6 RBI in the first game. 2 singles, a double, and a homer. Broadway started the day at 268. Those 6 RBI will take him to 35 on the year. 2 balls and 1 strike. Off the plate, 3-1. The 3-1. Big swing and a miss by Broadway, and it's a full count. John Mike Bounds waits on deck for the Apaches. Pop up in the infield should be a problem for Gokinar. He's waiting and makes the catch. 2 outs. F4 if you're scoring at the house. Here's John Mike Bounds.
Now batting, number 8, John Mike Bounds.
Shoulder and pass for him. And everybody knew you didn't get no lift for big jump.
First pitch is outside, ball 1. All right, Miss Roca checking in. All right, now watching from the Watergate Marina in Kemah. I don't know where that is, but it's on the water somewhere. Okay, down in Baytown, all right. Well, thanks for checking in. Love to hear from anyone else that's watching out there, whether you're an Apache fan or a Cougar fan. 3 balls and no strikes to John Mike Bounds. A 2-run double for Bounds in his first at bat. He's 1 for 1. The pitch is in there, and it's 3-1. Bounds started the day with a .302 average. Three for 4 in game 1 with 3 RBI, including a homer. Well, actually just 2 RBI in the first game. So Bounds now with 24. Strike 3 called. It's a 3-up, 3-down, 3rd inning for Michael Dinsdale. And we'll head to the 4th. It's 3-0 Apaches. No balls and 2 strikes to Josh Burnett. Burnett 0 for 1 in this ball game. And that ball was way up there, and he somehow got the bat on it. That pitch misses high. This time, Burnett lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 4th, 3-0 Apaches. Blatney's still on the mound. They've thrown 52 through the first 3 innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're at the 2 spot in the Cougar lineup. Burnett, Gokenauer, and Sepulveda. 2-2 pitch. And it check swing, and it went off of him. And I think this is similar to the first game. He's going to be awarded first base. Tried to check his swing, and it went off his forearm. And Coach Wren, for the second time today, is going to come out and check. And they're going to say he swung at it. So it is called a strike. And he's out. So time is called, and now you're going to get Coach Barley that's going to ask the question. He could have swung at that, and the ball went off his forearm. No question it hit him, but if he swings at it, he's out. You can swing and miss at a ball, and that's a strikeout. So it's going to be strikeout number 4 for Blatney, and there's 1 out here in the 4th inning.
Now batting, number 26, Jordan Gokenauer.
Missed it. Turn it back on. Here we go. 1 out, nobody aboard. This is Gokenauer. He walked his first time up. It's a 1-1 count. Ground ball to second. Meisner. Morissette had a long run to get to the bag. And there's 2 outs here in inning number 4.
Now batting, number 20, Ruben Sepulveda.
First pitch to Sepulveda off the plate. And it's a 1-0 count. And a big swing right there by the first baseman. Fouls it straight back. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody aboard. We're in the top of the 4th. 3-0 Apaches. Jacob Blatney on the mound. That was a backdoor breaker right there. And it's 1-2. Blatney going from the windup. That pitch misses low. Nice hustle there by Watson to keep it right at home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blatney has navigated this lineup now. And still a donut in the hit column. 3-0. Top of 4. The windup, the pitch. Fly ball, should be playable. Evans back on the warning track, makes the catch. And that's the inning. F8 if you're scoring at the house. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Coastal Bend Cougars.
Let's give a nice Apache welcome to 2 fans visiting from China, sitting in the first base bleachers. Please welcome Susanna and Sophia all the way from China. Welcome, girls.
Nicely done over there. 3-0 Apaches. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Trimble, Evans, and Bell to come to home plate. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field, bottom of the 4th. Fiver Trimble. I was looking at a text message I just got from Associate AD Chuck Smith. He's watching the game on the big screen. He's got an Amazon Fire Stick, and he's got the live stats going on one screen, and he's got the game going on the other one. So he's not the only one. I've seen that setup before. 3-0 Apaches, bottom of the 4th, the pitch. Fouled back. And it's a 1-2 count on Fiver Trimble. Grounded out to short his first time up, but in doing so, got an RBI. He drove in Broadway from third base. Nobody on, nobody out. The 1-2. That's well hit, left field, but not deep enough, and left fielder Josh Burnett got a really good jump on that, stayed with it, and ran it down. So there's 1 up and 1 down. I thought that had a chance to get over Burnett's head, but he really got a nice jump on it and made the running catch. So with 1 out, here's Chase Evans. Second time, Evans walked his first at bat here in Game 2. Apaches won Game 1, 13-7, and they won 9-6 on Friday. The offense has come alive at just the right time for the Apaches. 22 runs in the first 2 games of the series. 0-1 pitch. One ball, 1 strike. Chase Evans finds ways to be productive, even when he's not hitting or getting hits. In the opening game, Evans in the 3 spot, a couple of sac fly RBI, a safety squeeze and an RBI. He went 0 for 3, but he was helped account for 2 runs in that game. He had a sac fly in Game 1 today. Ground ball to short, Sexton throws across, and there's 2 outs. Here's Caleb Bell. He grounded out to second base. He's 0 for 1.
Caleb Bell.
And getting back to Chase Evans, he's been on base 3 times today. So, boy, it's awful nice to have someone down in the bottom of that lineup that makes things happen, gives you a chance. And he's been right in the middle of things here in all 3 games. First pitch was low, ball 1 to Caleb Bell. Bell, the 8th batter in the lineup for Tyler Junior College. Here's the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Must admit that's a pretty sweet setup that Chuck Smith sent me on the text message. I might be jealous of the TV. I've been after my wife to get a little bigger screen. 2-1 pitch. That's well hit down the line and left and falls in front of the left fielder. Gets by him. Josh Burnett looked to have a beat on it, and it bounced over his head. I don't know. It's certainly a hit. I don't know if it's a double. We're going to give him a generous double there. 2 outs, and Bell at second. Here's Braden Wise for the second time. Wise struck out in his first at-bat. So he's 0 for 1 in this one. He'll try to get his first hit here and maybe extend that Apache lead. It's 3-0 at the moment. First pitch inside corner, strike 1. Michael Dinsdale has been in there from the start. .82 pitches for Dinsdale. The 0-1 off the dish. And the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Apaches trying to sweep the series from the Cougars. If they do so, they would only have to win 1 out of 4 in Beeville to secure that first round bye in the playoffs. Ground ball to second. This is Gokinar, and he gobbles it up, throws it over, and that'll end the inning. The Apaches do get a 2-out double off the bat of Caleb Bell, but they strand him there. We'll head to the 5th. It's 3-0 Tyler. Bo Gonzalez to lead it off for the Cougars. First pitch swinging, lined to third base and Broadway. Nice play at third. Had to jump up and he snagged it out of the air. That's a liner. Boy, good swing by Gonzalez. But it was hit over Broadway's head and he reached up and snagged it for the first out. Here's Jared Irvine now. First pitch in there, strike 1. Irvine lined into a double play his first time up. Hit a bullet right at Ty Meisner, and Meisner flipped it over to Morissette for the double play. Gonzalez was at first at the time. Quickly 0-2 on Irvine. The Apaches 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. The Cougars no runs, no hits, no errors. On top of the 5th. Strike 3 called. And I think that Cade Watson might have thought it was the 3rd out. Looked like he was headed to the dugout.
Now batting, number 14, Cody Lee.
That's 5 strikeouts for Blatney now. 2 outs in the 5th. Cody Lee steps in. The only base runners have been a walk in the first and a hit batter in the fourth. Big swing and a miss, strike one. Cody Lee grounded out to Caleb Bell at short his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. Next pitch is off the plate. Lee came into the doubleheader today, batting .231 for the Cougars. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 5th. The pitch. Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still have a very breezy day. Those flags have been blowing straight out all day. Flag in right field really going. Chopper to third, Broadway. Just foul. He was ready to gun it over to first. That's not an easy call right there. That umpire's got to judge whether that ball went over the bag or not in the air. It does not have to hit past the bag in fair territory. It just has to go over the corner of the bag or any part of that bag. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. It's not unlike the home run call that goes over the home run pole. You've got to judge exactly when you think that ball is right over that point. Not an easy thing to do. I think the home run call is probably a little tougher. 2-2 pitch. There's a chopper. This is fair. Broadway fields it. Throws on the run. Hit by Morissette. Out. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. Nice play by Broadway, and equally nice by Mike Morissette at first. We're halfway through this one. 3-0 Apaches. And welcome back to historic Mike Carter Field. And I've also heard from the Buckhorns. Mama Buckhorn not feeling so good. Hope she feels better soon. Frank's at the game today. So Mr. Buckhorn here supporting Bucky. Apaches trying to get the doubleheader sweep and the 3-game sweep of the series. Apaches will travel next weekend to Eunice, Louisiana. LSU Eunice Bengals. 3-game series at their ballpark against the Bengals. And then it's down to Beeville for the 4 remaining games with these Cougars at Joe Hunter Field. So a big shout out to Mama Buckhorn back home, and hope you're feeling better real soon. Top of the lineup, Ty Meisner leads it off. 1 for 2 in this ball game. First pitch in there, strike 1. Uh-oh. My wife just told me my car got hit by a foul ball. Did not clear the Avalon is the way she said it. So that is not a good thing. I'm hoping it did. It must not have broke a window, but she said it got dinged. That's not good. Now I'm going to think about it the rest of the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meisner, the leadoff hitter for the Apaches. We're in the bottom of inning number 5. Michael Dinsdale. Ground ball to second. This is Gokenauer. Throws him out, 1 out. Well, other than that first inning, Dinsdale has done a good job. Apaches were able to strike for 3 runs in that first inning, but since then he's hung up a couple of zeros. 3 in a row. And he gets the first batter here in the 5th, so that'll bring up Cade Watson for the 3rd time. First pitch swing and ground ball the 3rd. Bo Gonzalez catches it, throws it across, 2 outs. A quick inning here for Dinsdale.
Now batting, number 19, Mike Morrison.
Dinsdale started the inning with 84 pitches. Blatney was 76 through his first 5 innings. Here's Morissette. First pitch swinging for Morissette, and that better not get the Avalon. I had to park. You know, part of the problem today is that umpires beat me here today. I don't know how they did. They got here early, and they took my spot. I parked right under a tree on purpose, and I had to park a little bit to the right, and I thought, well, I'm going to chance it. And it might have cost me. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 on Mike Morissette. Next pitch is going to miss. Oh my, you kidding me? There's a huge ding in the back of my car. My wife just sent me a picture of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Coastal fans wanted that call to strike. Well, I've had worse news. I got a picture of a ball in my windshield one day at a game when I was coaching here. So, well, I'm going to have to call State Farm to see how good of a neighbor they really are. The pitch, and it's a walk, a 2-out walk. And that will bring up Taylor Broadway. And on the ball game, that's walk number 3 for Dinsdale. Broadway was one of the walk recipients back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to second base last time up. So he's 0 for 1 with a run scored. He scored on the John Mike Bounds double. Actually, he scored on the Fiver Trimble ground ball, so it was Watson and Morissette scoring on that double. You're going to get a little action down in that bullpen for the Cougars. There's the pitch, and you got to believe that Dinsdale's approaching 100 here. .97 pitches for the 6'5" redshirt freshman from Pasadena Memorial High School, Michael Dinsdale. Really done a nice job so far. Got through that first inning with just 3, and then since then has hung up zeros. He's 2 outs here in the 5th. Morissette at first. The 1-1 pitch to Broadway. Popped up right side. This is probably going to stay in. And fair ball. And it got by the right fielder. Morissette is going to score. I thought it was going to be foul ball, and that the wind blew that just inside the foul line. It's a double for Broadway. He's got a couple of those cheap doubles today. You'll love that. You know, that kind of makes up for some of those line drives that are scored an error or whatever. Baseball is a way of evening itself out. 4-0 Apaches. Boy, that ball off the bat, I thought for sure it was going to be foul. I didn't even know if it was going to stay inside the park. And as it ended up, it fell right in front of Bumstead and right, and just inside the foul line. Morissette, to his credit, was off the crack of the bat. There's a bloop into center, and a nice diving catch by Joel Rodriguez to end the inning. Boy, put a star by that one. And F8 will end the inning. Nice defensive play for Joel Rodriguez. But the Apaches get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave a guy on. Your new score for Mike Carter as we head to the 6th. It's 4-0 Apaches. Jacob Blatney got a special game going here. All 0 so far. Back in a minute. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Cougars as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Now a 4-0 lead for the Apaches. Jacob Blatney, 76 pitches through the first 5 innings. Only 2 base runners have reached a hit, well, actually 3. 2 hit batters, no, 2, that was a strikeout. A hit batter and a walk, and that's it. First pitch. Check swing, thought he might have swung at it. It was low, and they're going to check. No swing. This is Kyler Bumstead. He struck out looking the first time up. 0 for 1. Bumstead, 346 average at the start of the day. 1-0 pitch in there. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. We're at the 8th spot in the Cougar lineup. Bumstead, Sexton, and Rodriguez to come to home plate in this inning. That pitch missed, and it's a ball. Bumstead just stepped out of the box, and you can't do that. You've got to get time. It's 2-1. Well, he actually benefited from the call. No. Line drive up the middle, backhand. Actually, wasn't backhanded. Nice play by Meisner. He moved his feet. Thought he was going to have to backhand. Didn't. Ball went right by the feet of Blatney.
Number 28, Mitchell Sexton.
So there's 1 out here in the 6th. It's a nice defensive play by Ty Meisner. I thought for sure he's going to turn his glove over and backhand that ball. And not sure. There must be some chirping coming out of that Coastal dugout. I don't know what they're upset about because they didn't grant the batter time, but the pitch was a ball. And the batter just stepped out of the box without being granted time. You got to make sure that umpire throws his hands up and calls time before you get out of the box. And evidently the dugout took exception to that. The 0-1 pitch. Foul tip. It's 0-2. Well, I think that you got bigger things to worry about than that. I tell you that. You're down 4-0 here in the 6th. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Apaches. No runs on no hits for the Cougars. 1 out, nobody aboard here in the 6th. The pitch. Off the plate. And it's 1-2. Sexton had a notion to swing at that, held up. Ball traveled off the outside corner. Blatney shaking off the sign. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout number 6 for Jacob Blatney. 2 outs in the 6th. Here's Joel Rodriguez for the 3rd time. So Blatney has now navigated the lineup 2 complete times without giving up a hit. Rodriguez will be the first Cougar to see Blatney for the 3rd time. First pitch in there, strike 1. And it's safe to say Blatney has found his rhythm here. Rodriguez struck out in the 1st, grounded out to 3rd in the 3rd. Foul tip, it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Joel Rodriguez looking for his first hit of the day. Looking for the Cougars' first hit of the day. We're in the 6th inning. It's a 9-inning ball game. A rare 9-9 doubleheader here at Mike Carter this year. Normally the double dips are 7-9s, but these are conference regional games. Next pitch popped out of play. And Rodriguez asked for time and didn't get it. You know, what you can't do is you can't just arbitrarily ask for time when there's no compelling reason. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball at home plate. And we'll do it again. Scrappy at bat here by Joel Rodriguez. Blatney has his sign. Here's the 1-2. Pop up right side. The wind blown. Actually going to move that back towards the field of play, but that hits well into the bleachers. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter, Joel Rodriguez. The next 1-2. Just off the plate. Couldn't have taken it with 2. Blatney thought he had strike 3. Called a ball, and the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Grounded to short. This is Caleb Bell. And it's a 1-2-3-6 for Jacob Blatney. A mounting story here at historic Mike Carter. Might be a historic game for Jacob Blatney. We're through 6. Zeros on the board for the Cougars. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Fiver Trimble will lead it off for the Apaches. 6, 7, and 8. Trimble, Evans, and Bell. First pitch in there, strike 1. Fiver Trimble 0 for 2. An RBI ground out in the 1st inning. And flew out to left in the 4th. Line shot, base hit. Right up the middle. And Fiver is aboard. Fifth hit of the ball game for the Apaches. Well, I got 5 hits. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trimble with a pretty good lead there. And pitch is off the plate. Snap throw to first. Trimble's back. Chase Evans showed bunt and then pulled back. It's a 1-0 count. Well, the first 2 games of the series were a little more high-scoring affairs, 9-6, 13-7. This one just 4-0 here. Bottom of the 6th, so Coach Wren showing the bunt early. There goes the runner, and that ball's going to be fouled off third base line. Foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, so you get the defense thinking maybe a sacrifice, and then you go hit and run. Snap throw over, and Fiver back, step and a dive. Four runs for the Apaches on 7 hits, no errors. The Cougars have not got a runner to second yet. A walk to Gokenauer in the first, and a hit batter in the second. "14 batters retired in a row for Blatney. Last base runner not retired was back in the 2nd inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th. That kind of ball game. Start counting up, and that's pretty impressive. Retired 14 in a row. He has struck out 6 and walked 1 and hit 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Chase Evans at the plate. The pitch. Pop up, and this is going to be the third baseman, Gonzalez, and he can't make the play. And throw to second, and that'll avoid an error, as you have to hang close to the bag if you're Fiver Trimble, and so he's out on the 5-4, I guess. Evans is aboard on the fielder's choice. So basically, you trade Trimble for Evans at first. Probably not a bad exchange for the Apaches. And there's 1 out. Here's Caleb Bell. Doubled to left his last time up. He's 1 for 2. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. You do have, you got a left-hander getting loose in the Cougar bullpen. No balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Evans at first. Gonna work to keep him close. He has stolen 1 and gotten thrown out once today. The steal was his 9th of the season. Well off the plate on that one. And it's 1-1. Michael Dinsdale, the pitch. There goes the runner. Little fly ball to left, and staying with it is Burnett. For a moment there, it looked like he might lose it in the sun, but he stays with it for out number 2. So there's 2 outs, and stepping in is Braden Wise. Wise is 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out to second. And you probably expect somewhere in this at bat to see if you can get Evans to second. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. All right, appreciate Mr. Dill checking in. He's a John Mike Bounds fan. And, of course, Miss Roca checking in. Also, Granny and Pop, grandparents of Braden Wise. There's a ground ball to short on the knees. Wow. Nice play by Michael Sexton. I don't know if I've ever seen that. He went to his knees as that ball got to him, and he flips it over for the final out of the inning. The Apaches get a leadoff single, and it's stranded. And we will head for second. Almost time to stretch it out. And, boy, Jacob Blatney, what a day he's had. We're going to the second. 14 Cougars in a row. All zeros on the board for Coastal Bend. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Well, you start to navigate your way through this lineup for the third time in this ball game. And Blatney, 14 retired in a row. There's the bunt right back to Blatney on the mound, 1 out. 1-3 if you're scoring at the house on the bunt attempt by Burnett. And here's Joden Gokenauer. Well, there's not a whole lot to say here. All these Cougars are 0 for. Gokenauer 0 for 1 with a walk. He did get on base. He's one of 2 Cougars who have reached base. No one has got to second base. Gokenauer walked back in the first. And the next batter, Sepulveda, flew out to center. And then Gonzalez was the first batter in the second inning. He got hit by a pitch and was doubled off. And that's the last runner that has reached. 15 in a row now for Blatney. First pitch misses off the plate, 1-0. Fouled off to the left and better clear the Avalon. The Avalon has gotten drilled today. That's one of the newsworthy items in this game besides Jacob Blatney. Big old dent in the back of the Avalon, so we're going to have to call State Farm on that one. At least didn't hit the window. Over the heart of the plate, and it's 1-2 on Jordan Gokenauer. Well, Granny and Pop, grandparents of Braden Wise, they're also claiming Big John. They're watching, and the Bouguets have the big screen in Colorado as well. So the Kimballs are watching the Cougars from Uvalde. Glad you're joining that broadcast from down in South Texas. The 1-2 pitch. There's a chopper. Tough play for Meisner at second. You throw to first, and boy, I don't know. Yeah, I think that good throw is going to get him, and that might end it. Now, Meisner was playing way deep at second, and they're going to call it an error. E4 will get Gokenauer to first base. Boy, close call at first. Runner at first is only the third runner. It breaks the string. 15 batters in a row that had been retired by Blatney. So a hustling play by Gokenauer. He's aboard for Sepulveda. Boy, almost picked him off. One out, one aboard. There's a grounder to Morissette. Throws to second for it. Now he threw it away. Well, you had the lead runner, and Mike Morissette threw it into left field. So back-to-back errors have opened the door here. And now you have first and third with only one out. It's only a 4-0 lead for the Apaches, so still plenty of baseball. We saw these Cougars come back in the first ball game. They scored 5 runs in the last 2 innings. They're very capable. The wind's still blowing out. Here's Bo Gonzalez. Gonzalez hit a 2-run homer in the first game. And he had 3 hits in that game, scored 3 times. So he's 0 for 1 in this one. He's the other Cougar who had reached before this inning. Now you got as many Cougars on the bases as you've had the whole game. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. 4-0 Apaches. The Cougars got something going here in the 7th. 2 of the first 3 batters have reached on errors. Pop-up, this could stay in, and Morissette's going to go down the line and can't get there. Meisner actually had the best chance at it. And he just came in just a hair too late. The count will go 0-2. Appreciate the check-ins from Mr. Dill, Miss Roca, and the grandparents of Braden Wise. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you are. No balls, 2 strikes. Bo Gonzalez. Another pickoff.
Yeah, it is. I just saw it.
Gonzalez, the 5-hitter in the Cougar lineup. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball foul over the Cougar dugout. Jared Irvine waits on deck. Irvine 0 for 2. Lined into a double play and struck out looking. For now, it's Gonzalez with an 0-2 count and 1 out. Gokenauer at third, Sepulveda at first. Well, the Apaches would love a double play ball right here. If you can't get the double play ball, you need a strikeout or an infield pop-up. 0-2. Ground ball through the first. And what an outing by Blatney, but here come the Cougars. RBI single for Gonzalez. And not only is the no-hitter broken up, but the shutout as well. So you got 2 aboard, and you do have some activity in the Apache bullpen. A couple of right-handers tossing down there. Carver is back up, and I can't tell who's the near guy. Austin Kelly and Cameron Carver tossing in the Apache bullpen. And you still haven't used Taylor Broadway today, so
Now batting, number 17, Jared Irvine.
he would also be available. 1 out in the 7th. It's 4-1. Cougars making a little bit of a run here. 3 of the first 4 batters have reached. And it's Jared Irvine. Third at bat of the ball game. The pitch. And misses low. 1-0. One of the things you got to keep an eye on here, sometimes there's an emotional letdown when you lose that no-hitter, and all of a sudden the adrenaline, the focus, not quite at what it was, and in a close ball game, I have to keep a close eye on Jacob Blatney. Next pitch fouled off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Blatney now over 100. That was 104 right there. Blatney has his sign. Comes set. And I think he saw Caleb Bell a little bit out of position and didn't want to go to home plate. Bell kind of wandered over towards second behind the runner, Sepulveda, and then didn't get back to his spot. The pitch. And Watson scrambles to keep that in front of him. The Cougars trying to mount a rally here. Apaches lead 4-1. 2 runners on, 1 out. Top of the 7th. Cougars have just got their first hit of the game off the bat of Bo Gonzalez. Here's the 2-1. And a pop fly that's out of play and into that bullpen area. And it looks like it hopped over the fence. Jacob Blatney working here, top of 7. He's given up the first run of the game to the Cougars. There's a ground ball to second. Meisner will flip to short for 1. You throw to first, and it pulled Morissette off the bag. Well, you had time there, and a good throw would have had a double play into the inning. So Irvine is aboard on the fielder's choice. 4-6. And Gonzalez is out at second, and going to third is Sepulveda. And here's the catcher, Cody Lee. He has grounded out twice, 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Cody Lee, a .231 average on the season coming into the doubleheader today. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Blatney trying to work 7 complete innings, over 100 pitches. 107 at this point. Here's the 0-1. Check swing, and it's 0-2. Fouled off his bat, just trickled over toward the Apache dugout. Well, now you're 1 strike from getting in the dugout in the 7th. With minimal damage. 1 run is in. A couple of errors and a single have allowed the Cougars to break the no-hitter and the shutout. Apache's trying to get off the field here. 0-2. Look out! Cade Watson jumped out of his stance, and I don't know how he caught that. Would have been a run, or could have been. He saw the runner leaving early, and he tried to let Jacob Blatney know, but boy, he jumped out of his stance and somehow caught that pitch. Man, oh man. That was a very strange play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position. Blatney trying to get in the dugout for the Apaches. The 1-2. Struck him out, swing and a miss. Cody Lee strikes out for Jacob Blatney, strikeout number 7, and he gets out of any further damage, minimizes the trouble here in the 7th, gives up 1 run on 1 hit, leaves 2 in scoring position, and it's time to stretch it out. 4-1 Apaches. Well, welcome back to Mike Carter, bottom of the 7th. Top of the order, Meisner, Watson, and Morissette. It's still Michael Dinsdale. 111 pitches through the first 6 innings. He's back out there. He and Blatney dueling it out here. 4-1 is the score. Both starters still in the ballgame. Meisner way out front, swing and a miss, the throw to first, and there's 1 out. So Meisner strikes out here in the bottom of the 7th. And that'll bring up Cade Watson. And looking back here, let's see here. 1, 2. It's just the 3rd strikeout of the day for Dinsdale. But you got to tip your cap to Dinsdale. He gave up 3 in the first, and since then, just 1 run off the double by Broadway. A little pop-up. It wasn't anything special. So he has really competed well since that first inning. 2 balls and no strikes to Cade Watson. And Blatney, who has thrown 111, just gave up his first hit after retiring 15 Cougars in a row. In the 7th inning, gave up his first hit. It's a 4-pitch walk, and Watson is aboard here in the 7th. It's walk number 4 for Dinsdale. You've had some guys, and that might be all for him. You've had some guys throwing for a while. And Coach Brian Barley coming out to the mound. And that's going to be all as the Cougars are going to the left-hander. A nice ball game for Michael Dinsdale, 6'5", redshirt freshman from Pasadena Memorial High School. He's getting a well-deserved welcome from his teammates. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. All right, the new pitcher for the Coastal Bend Cougars, left-handed sophomore from San Antonio Holmes High School, Tyler Dick. And for Tyler Dick, it's outing number 11 of the year. He's 2-3 with a 4.26 ERA. He has actually started 6 ball games, 25 1/3, 25 strikeouts and 12 walks. For the sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, Tyler Dick. First pitch misses high to Mike Morris at ball 1. The Apaches would really love to get an insurance run here. It's a 4-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th. These Cougars scored 5 runs in the 8th and 9th inning in game 1 today. And Still got, you're going to have to navigate the meat of their lineup at least one more time. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mike Morissette. Morissette's 1 for 2 in the game. The pitch over the inside corner. You got a left-on-left matchup here. Morissette versus the lefty on the mound. Tyler Dick, the sophomore from San Antonio Holmes High School. 5'8". The 1-2. And that sails high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morissette moves pretty good for his size, so hard to double him off, especially getting a jump out of that left-handed batter's box. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And nice job by Cody Lee. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Morissette at the plate, trying to get his second hit of the day. Time called now. Runner moving on the pitch, and it's ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Morissette. First walk
Now batting, number 7,
for Tyler Dick, and you got 2 runners on, 1 out. And here's Taylor Broadway. Broadway has swung a hot bat today. 7 RBIs on the day for Broadway. 2 singles, 2 homers, or two singles, 2 doubles, and a homer. First pitch low, ball 1. In this game, Broadway walked and scored in the first, popped up to second, and hit a pop-up on the right side of the field. It fell in for a double. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Boy, outside corner, perfectly positioned there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the sun has come out here. Clouds starting to thin out. Breeze is dying down. We thought it might later in the afternoon, and it is. Still going out, but not quite as strong as it was earlier. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball right center. This could be trouble. Carrying to the gap. 1 hops the fence. And it'll be a stand-up double. Coming all the way home to score is Watson. And there's an insurance run. 5-1 Apaches. Broadway continues to swing a hot bat. Well, the runners had to hold their ground for a moment there, and at one point you had 3 runners between second and third. Broadway at second, and Morissette going to third, and Watson was on his way to third, hit third, and came on home. Here's Big John. 2-run double in the first. Since then, struck out and flew out to center on a great play by Joel Rodriguez. Got a big opportunity here to extend a 5-1 lead. Breaking pitch, left on left. Sophomore Tyler Dick, the lefty pitcher. And Big John Mike steps in from the left-handed batter's box. Apaches now 5 runs on 8 hits. the 1-0. And John Mike kind of changed his mind mid-swing there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bounds started the doubleheader just over 300 at 302. Here's the 1-1. Boy, chased a high one. And it's 1-2. Big opportunity. This is a big at bat right here. You got a 5-1 lead, and you got 2 runners in scoring position. Fiver Trimble waits on deck. Got to be productive here. Find a way to get this ball to the outfield. There it is. Fly ball left field. This is well hit, and it's deep enough to score the run. It's caught by Burnett, and it's a sac fly for John Mike Bounds. That's a great at bat right there. John Mike, behind in the count, finds a way to get a fly ball and score a run. And it's 6-1 Apaches. Broadway stayed at second base. Josh Burnett had to go a long way to catch that ball, and he did.
Now batting, number 35.
And here's Fiver Trimble. Now, the Apaches are doing things that they haven't done earlier in the year. They're being productive with some of these outs. And, boy, they couldn't come at a better time. They lead this one 6-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. And that's popped out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Fiver Trimble. Well, you got a right-hander thrown in the bullpen for the Cougars at the moment. Dinsdale, 100 and didn't get his total. I'll get his total in a minute. Yeah, let's see. Well, yeah, he threw 118, so 118 for Dinsdale on the day. It's a 1-1 count on Fiver Trimble. Broadway out at second after his RBI double, and then a sac fly by Bounds has got another run in for the Apaches. It's now 6-1. 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. Just misses off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Fiver's 1 for 3 on the day. He does have an RBI. Drove a run in with a ground ball, routine grounder in the first inning. Single to center in the 6th. Takes a big hack at that one. Fouls it straight back. And it's a 2-2 count now on Fiver Trimble. (6-1) Apaches, 6 runs on 8 hits. They've committed 3 errors. Coastal Bend 1 run on just 1 hit. Their lone hit was in the 7th inning. Starter Jacob Blatney had retired 15 batters in a row. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul tip struck him out. And that'll end the inning for the Apaches. They get 2 more runs on just 1 hit. And we'll head to the 8th. Your new score from historic Mike Carter Field is Tyler 6 and Coastal Bend 1. All right, the Apaches have gone to the bullpen for the first time here in Game 2. It's Austin Kelly, 6'1", 210-pound right-handed sophomore out of Tomball Memorial High School. Kelly will start the 8th inning. 8-9-1. Kyler Bumstead at the plate. First pitch misses, ball 1. And for Austin Kelly, 4-3 on the year with a 4.93 ERA. His 12th appearance of the season. He does have 8 starts. Has 1 complete game. 34 2/3. 34 strikeouts and 9 walks for the sophomore from Tomball. Austin Kelly. 1-1 count on Kyler Bumstead. Bumstead 0 for 2. Struck out looking. Grounded out to second. Kelly takes his signs with the glove over the face. The 1-1. Way inside. Not sure I've seen that before. I think I've seen it out of the windup. I'm not know about out of the stretch. He goes from the stretch, and that glove is right up over his face. Two balls, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out. The pitch. It's going to be fouled off the net back to the covered stadium here behind home plate. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th. It's a 6-1 Apache lead. The pitch. That gets by Cade Watson. And now it's a full count. Well, you do have another right-hander. We saw Carver up earlier. I don't know if that's still him down there. Carver did throw in Game 1. That ball's fouled off into the net. We'll do it again. Carver came on to get the double play at the end of the ballgame. Just threw a couple of pitches in Game 1 today, so he's got plenty left in the tank, and he also haven't used Taylor Broadway. 3-2, nobody out. The pitch. Foul ball, right side, out of play. We continue to have that steady breeze that's blowing straight out today. Really kind of rare for a warm day. Those fronts come through, and usually it's chilly. The next 3-2, another foul ball. Well, now the temperature's starting to drop. It's 64 now. We had game time temperature of 66. Winds continue out of the northwest at 12. The next payoff pitch, he walked him. So good at bat by Bumstead to work the walk. And first walk of the day for
Now batting, number 28.
Austin
Mitchell
Kelly.
Sexton.
Just the second walk for Apache pitchers. Blatney had only walked 1 in his outing. Gave up 1 run on 1 hit. At one point, retiring 15 in a row. First pitch, strike 1. Austin Kelly, sophomore from Tomball, Texas. Taking over here in the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Michael Sexton, the shortstop. The 1-1 pitch off the plate. 2-1. Well, so far, Kelly been around the plate. What you don't want to do here is give a bunch of freebies. You got a 5-run lead. But we saw this Cougar team take full advantage in game 1, scoring 5 in the last 2 innings. The 2-1 pitch off the plate. 3-1, and this was the problem in the game 1. He had a big lead in nearly a run rule game, and because of some free passes late and some timely hitting by the Cougars, they got back into it. And back-to-back walks to lead off the 8th inning. Not a good sign for the Apaches here. And Cade Watson going to go out and talk to Austin Kelly. And that's going to be all for Kelly. You're going to your bullpen. I think it's Carver down there. Is that Carver? Yes. Cameron Carver's coming in. We'll give you some numbers on him when we return. It's 6-1 Apaches. 2 runners on, nobody out. Top of the 8th. All right, it is Cam Carver here. No outs in the 8th. He pitched in game 1, got a double play to end it. And so this will be outing number 19 for Carver. And that leads the team in appearances. 2-2 with a 4.44 ERA. 24 and a third innings pitched, 35 strikeouts, 13 walks for the sophomore from Bryan, Texas, 6'3" and 190. Cam Carver on in relief here in the 8th. The pitch. Off the plate, ball 1. This is the top of the lineup, Joel Rodriguez. First 2 batters have reached via the walk. The 1-0 pitch. Rodriguez squares around, ball 2. And I think he's just trying to draw a walk here. I don't think he had any intention of bunting. It's a 5-run Apache lead. And this game smells like the first one. Apaches had a big lead, and the Cougars came marching back only to fall short. Final was 13-7, but they scored 5 in the last 2 innings. Three balls and no strikes. You're 1 pitch away from loading them up. Ball 4, not close. Well, what you do here is you give some hope after getting 2 runs and matching the run in the 7th. Cougars looking to come right back here and get some more. Bases full. Josh Burnett, you've got some tough guys to navigate right here in this lineup. Carver going to have to pitch. First pitch to Burnett. There's a strike. And it's no balls and one strike. Six runs on 8 hits for the Apaches. The Cougars 1 run on 1 hit. 3 walks have loaded them up here in the 8th in a 6-1 game. The pitch. Fouled off. It's 0-2. Look out, Ricochet Rabbit back here. That ball, sometimes it sneaks just past that net and it'll ricochet all over the ballpark off the iron beams here in the covered area behind home plate. 0-2, nobody out. Bases loaded. Cam Carver comes set, the pitch. Strike 3 called. Huge strikeout right there. Carver gets his first punch out. 8th strikeout of the day for Apache pitchers.
Now batting, number 26, Jordan Gokenauer.
And here's Gokenauer, 0 for 2, in this one. Gokenauer hit a home run in game 1. Solo shot to right field. A couple of hits in that game. So he's capable. Wood's still blowing out. First pitch. Good hack right there. Fouls it off. 0-1. It appears as though Carver has settled in a bit here. First batter, 4-pitch walk. Rodriguez. And now he struck out Burnett, and he's 0-1 on Gokenauer. Time is called. Carver wanted to get a better grip on the ball. Now he comes set. Here's the 0-1. Boy, nice block by Watson. That's very possibly saved a run. We've seen a lot of wild pitches that have actually careened back to the home plate area. And probably like the first game, Coach Barley's going to hold his runners unless they absolutely can get there standing up. Not a bad move. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Line shot foul down the left field line into the bullpen area of the Cougars. Bases loaded with 1 out. Cougars trying to get back into this. All it would take, a base hit would tighten this up tremendously. Extra bases would really make it tight. The pitch. Line drive to short, backhanded by Bell, who'll go to second, can't make the play. Boy, another error. It's not an easy play, but it's a play that should be made, I think. I'm going to give it an error. And a run comes home. Boy, if you can just get an out there, it makes all the difference in the world. As is, everyone's safe. Everybody moves up a spot. It's 6-2. And here comes Sepulveda, their best hitter. I don't know, average-wise may not be the best hitter, but most productive. Sepulveda at a .368 clip this year. 9 homers, 42 RBI, leads the club. Base is full, the 1-0. Missed inside, 2-0, nowhere to put him. And if you walk Sepulveda, then it's Bo Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a 2-run shot in the 9th in game 1. 2-0 pitch. In there, strike 1. I'm not sure I'd be taking anything here. Get something to whack at, take a good rip at it. Home run ties it right here. Here's the 2-1. Big hack, and he got him to chase that one. I would have rather had him take a whack at that pitch before there. Now it's a 2-2 count. Got a little wiggle room to make a pitcher's pitch right here with a 2-2 count. Cam Carver, sophomore from Bryan, comes set. The 2-2. Fly ball, left side, going to get out of play. Bounces into the bleachers. So Sepulveda on the day is 0 for 3. He's 0 for 3 in this game. And he was 0 for 4 in the first game. Next pitch, ground ball to first. Morissette steps on the bag, and I thought he might have missed it, but another run comes home. It's an RBI ground out for Sepulveda. And it's 6 to 3. Everybody else moves up a station.
Number 12, Bo Gonzalez.
2 runs are in, and here's Bo Gonzalez. RBI single for Gonzalez his last time up. Gonzalez with the 2-run homer in the last game. If he hits another one, we're tied. Boy, a big hack at a fastball just misses. 0-1. Carver coming right at him. He got hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Lined out to third. Broadway jumped up, made a nice catch. And an RBI single to left in the 7th. The pitch. Popped out of play, and it's 0-2. Well, you got Rodriguez over there trying to distract Carver during his windup. He's at third base. Gokenauer at second. 0-2 with 2 outs. Big at bat right here. The pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, good plate discipline by Gonzalez taking that pitch. It was well off the dish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 8th. 6-3 Apaches, the pitch. That's high. And that wasn't close. You want to have a pitch that hitter's forced to change his eye level. I think it's 2-2. 2 outs, 2 aboard. The pitch. Well center field. But Chase Evans is there and makes the catch. Boy, that was a bullet by Gonzalez, but it was right at Evans and ends the inning. A big sigh of relief from the Apache fans. But the Cougars get 2 runs in the 8th. And your new scorer from Mike Carter Field, it's 6-3. Tyler, back in a minute. For the Apaches, it'll be Evans, Bell, and Wise. 7, 8, and 9. Chase Evans to lead off the bottom of inning number 8 for the Apaches. Evans 0 for 2 in this one. He walked in the first, grounded out to short. And he didn't do a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. 7, 8, and 9 for the Apaches. It's Tyler Dick on the mound for the Cougars. First pitch in there, strike 1. He threw 18 pitches in his first inning of work, and he gets ahead of Chase Evans here on 1. 6-3 Apaches. Boy, half swing. This could be trouble into the right field corner, but run down by Kyler Bumstead for out number 1. Boy, awkward swing. That ball, where Evans tried to stop his swing, and he couldn't. And almost ended up getting a double out of it. Here's Caleb Bell for the 4th time today. Bell is 1 for 3, doubled back in the 4th inning. One out, nobody aboard in the bottom of the 8th. Now the Apaches, well, you wonder if they're going to, is that Broadway down there? Okay, I was just going to say, I wonder if you're going to go to Broadway here for the 9th, and he's getting loose in the bullpen, so question answered. 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, as with any ball game that tightens up, you'd love to get some insurance here. If you're an Apache fan, Caleb Bell. The 2-0 pitch, right down the heart of the plate, 2-1. Foul tip, oh man. Cody Lee takes one off the shoulder, and that hurts. Those catchers, man, they get dinged up all the time. You got 1 out, nobody aboard in a 6-3 game, bottom of 8. So if Broadway comes in to pitch, you're likely to see Kason Davis over at 3rd. That's what we saw yesterday, I believe. And he would bat in the middle of your lineup. You would lose John Mike Bounds. So, and, well, you can't tell who's going to be up. There's a swing and a miss, struck him out. Bell is out. 2 outs in the inning. The second strikeout for Tyler Dick. And the 5th strikeout for Cougar pitching. 2 outs in the 8th. Here's Braden Wise, the 9-hitter. He's going to show bunt, pull back. Ball 1. Braden Wise 0 for 3, struck out, grounded out to second, grounded out to short. The 1-0. He will show bunt a second time and take a second ball. Well, got the right-hander tossing in the bullpen for the Cougars. Tyler Dick with 18 pitches through the first inning. 3-0. And he's sitting right now. That was pitch number 28. 10-pitch inning so far. The 3-0. A 4-pitch walk, and Wise is aboard. Look for Wise to try to steal here. The second walk for Tyler Dick. The 6th walk for Cougar pitching. Back to the top you go. Ty Meisner for the 5th time today. He's 1 for 4. Infield single back in the first inning. Reached on an error, grounded out to second, struck out swinging. First pitch, misses low, ball 1. Apache 6 runs on 8 hits, 4 errors. That's concerning right there. You got to play defense if you want to win. 3-1-0 for the Cougars. And I don't know that that's right. Well, yes, it is. They still only have 1 hit. Scored 2 runs last inning. Apaches walked 3 guys and made an error. They got an RBI on a fielder's choice, so Cougars with just 1 hit in the ball game. And that hit was Bo Gonzalez. He lined out to end the 8th inning to Chase Evans in center. 2 balls and no strikes to Meisner. The pitch. In there for a strike, it's 2-1. Well, I'll be a little surprised here. I gotta believe you're gonna turn Braden Wise loose right here. You shorten your lead and you go first move. He does have a short lead. There he goes. Throw to second, not gonna get him. Well, I thought that was coming. All right, Mr. Dill has checked in. Rooting for Big John out of Shreveport. Appreciate him checking in. Stolen base for Braden Wise gets him in scoring position with 2 outs. Ty Meisner. Boy, how big would an insurance run be right here? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Off the plate. And it's a full count. Braden Wise just stole his 15th base of the season. Payoff pitch with a runner at second in a 6-3 game. Bottom of the 8th now. You're going to step off. Meisner looking for his second hit of the day. And he's trying to add to a 6-3 lead. Here's the 3-2. Just misses low, ball 4. Seventh walk of the day for Cougar pitching in this ball game.
28, Cade Watson.
First and second, 2 outs for Cade Watson. He walked back in the 7th. Before that, he was 0 for 3. Watson 3 for 5 in game 1. Bats in the 2 spot in the lineup. Apaches trying to add to a 6-3 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. If you're wondering who the Cougars have coming to the plate in the 9th, it's 6, 7, 8, 9. Irvine, Lee, Bumstead, and Sexton. So if they get through those 4 guys and roll it back to the top, it could be a dicey finish like it was in the first game. The 1-0 pitch, fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, glad you're with us. If you haven't chimed in on a live chat, feel free to do so. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Heard from a number of folks already here in the second game. The 1-1. High, 2-1. Six, 8, and 4 for the Apaches. 3-1-0 for the Cougars. Apaches trying to sweep the 3-game series here in Tyler. And in doing so, they would only have to win 1 out of 4 down in Beeville in a couple of weeks to secure the number 1 seed in the district tournament from Region 14. The 2-1 misses high. 3-1. And again, what's at stake for these 2 teams is a chance to bypass that very first round and play the winner in one of those late games on Thursday, May 17th. That's going to be in Plano. Prestonwood Christian Academy's Graham Field. That's where District C tournament will be played in a couple of weeks down the road. I guess maybe 3 weeks from now. 3-1 pitch. Popped out of play. It's 3-2. There are 4 games in that first day of the district tournament. The first 2 games are between the lower seeded teams, and then the second 2 games are the number 1 out of the Metro and the number 1 out of Region 14, and that's what these two teams are playing for. Apaches trying to sweep the home series here. They won the first 2 games. And you're 3 outs from going up 3-0 in the conference. 3-2 pitch. Another pop out of play. And we'll do it again. Cade Watson still looking for his first hit in this game. Apaches were able to get 2 in the 7th. Double by Broadway, sac fly by John Mike Bounds. Here's the next 3-2. Breaking pitch, called strike 3. And that'll do it for the Apaches in their half of the 8th inning. And Tyler Dick actually gets 2 strikeouts here in the 8th inning. It's his 3rd of the game and the 6th of the ball game for Cougar pitchers. Well, we have an inning, and if you're a Cougar fan, you need a rally cap. They trail at 6-3, top of the 9th. It's Irvine, Lee, and Bumstead scheduled to face, and I think it's going to be Taylor Broadway. So Broadway's going to try to close this one out like he did yesterday or Friday. Back in just a minute. Taylor Broadway on the mound for the Apaches. Kaysen Davis takes over at third base. He will be inserted into the 5 spot. And John Mike Bounds is now out of this game. Broadway, 6 foot, 185-pound right-handed sophomore out of Cypress, Texas. He threw the 9th on Friday and closed that one off and getting his 2nd save of the year. He faced 5 batters in that 9th inning on Friday. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Jared Irvine. Next pitch is in there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The sun now coming out. Might be a factor on the left side of the field. Pretty bright for the left side infielders and that left fielder. The 1-1 misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jared Irvine. 0 for 3. Grounder, left side, and boy, that was close. Davis kind of nonchalanted that, and Irvin didn't run. That was closer than it looked. And that sun, bit of a factor on the left side of the field right now, just came out really bright. 2-2 pitch. That's fouled off over toward the Rose Garden. Don't need another ding on the Avalon. Two-two pitch. Little tapper, tough play. It's short. This is Caleb Bell. Catch and throw. Got him. Boy, nice play by Caleb Bell. He had to come a long way to get that, and there's 1 out in the 9th.
Now batting, number 14, Cody Lee.
Here's Cody Lee now, 4th time up. Couple of ground balls, 1 to short, 1 to third, struck out Back in the 7th inning. Boy, what a job by Jacob Platney as the starting pitcher today. 7 complete innings, 111 pitches, gave up 1 hit. And at one point retired 15 Cougars in a row. Had the no-hitter going into the 7th. 1 ball, no strikes to Cody Lee, the catcher. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Broadway, the pitch. Outside corner, and it's 1-2. Taylor Broadway is signed with Ole Miss as a pitcher, so he's got a good arm and he's popping the leather down there right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody aboard. Top of the 9th. It's 6-3 Apaches. Strike 3 called, and nothing to do but walk away for Cody Lee. That's a tough slider on the black.
Now batting, number 10, Kyler Bumstead.
First strikeout for Broadway, strikeout number 9 for Apache pitchers. And you're down to your last out. Here's Kyler Bumstead. Bumstead 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He walked and eventually scored in the 8th inning. Fastball, inside ball 1. Taylor Broadway going from the windup, the 1-0. Just missed off the plate, 2-0. Well, with a 3-run lead, you're down to your last out. I think you go at these 8 and 9 hitters, just pump it in there. And there's a foul ball, 2-1. I think you do it again. Force contact. And, boy, if he catches one, he catches one. You really don't want these Cougars to turn this lineup over. The 2-1. Just missed low. And it's 3-1. Well, you don't need to issue any freebies either. Sexton is on deck, and then it's back to the top. The 3-1. Swing. Yes, and go. As Kyler Bumstead took a huge swing. You're down 3 there. Not sure about that. Well, you're down to your last strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th, the pitch. Strike 3 called, and there's your ball game. Taylor Broadway strikes out the last 2 batters, and the Apaches sweep the series. They win this ball game 6-1, and they sweep the series 3-0. Your final line scores in this one, kind of a weird-looking line score. The Apaches runs on hits, they commit 4 errors, and Coastal Bend 3 runs on just 1 hit, and they do not commit any errors. These 2 squads will shake hands out on the field. Let's look at this one. Let's wrap this one up here. The Apaches jump out in the first inning. 3 runs in the first inning. Leadoff single by Meisner. A ground out by Watson. A single by Morissette. A walk to Broadway. 2-run double by John Mike Bounds was the big hit in the inning. A routine grounder by Fiver Trimble scored the 3rd run, and it was 3-0 Apaches. They held that lead all the way to the 5th inning. They scored a single run in the 5th on an RBI double by Broadway, and it was 4-0. Coastal scored their first run of the game in the 7th. Jacob Blatney carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning. He at one point retired 15 Cougars in a row, and the first hit of the game was the only hit of the game for the Cougars. Bo Gonzalez, an RBI single in the 7th inning. And that made it, at that point, 4-1. Still a close game. The Apaches put 2 runs on the board in the 7th on an RBI double by Broadway and a sac fly by John Mike Bounds. And so at that point, it was 6-1. And the Cougars score 2 more in the 8th inning. And they get it close again, but the final 6 runs on 8 hits, 4 errors for the Apaches. 3 runs, just 1 hit, no errors for Coastal Bend. The win will drop the Coastal Bend Cougars to a record of 31-17. And they will drop to, more importantly, 0-3 in Region 14 play. The Apaches will take their record to 24-22, and they are now 3-0 in conference play against these Cougars. The winning pitcher is going to be Jacob Blatney. What a job, star of the game there on the mound for sure. Blatney goes 7 complete and strikes out 7 batters, walks 1 and hits 1. Blatney with the win will go to 3-2 on the year. And sure enough, Broadway will get his 3rd save of the year in relief here in the 9th inning. The losing pitcher is going to be Michael Dinsdale. He'll drop to 4-3 on the season. And so that'll wrap this one up in terms of the box score. These two clubs will head in different directions. Safe travels for sure for these Cougars back to Beeville. They got a long trip ahead of them, 6 hours, 345 miles back to Beeville from Tyler. The Cougars will have a little bit of downtime here, 8 days until they play their next game. They go to Brenham and play a doubleheader against the Blinn College Buccaneers. And then it's another couple of days until they square off with a 4-game series. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the Apaches will travel down to Beeville. So that will finish the season for the Cougars. The Apaches will travel to Eunice, Louisiana next weekend, a 3-game series, a single game on Friday, doubleheader Saturday against the LSU Eunice Bengals. And then they'll have a few days off until they travel down to Beeville and finish the season up with 4 games against this same Coastal Bend Cougar squad. So by sweeping this series, the Apaches need to win 1 out of those 4 games to assure them a first-round bye in that district tournament. That district, it's not really a bye. It just gets them out of that first level of ball game. 6-team double bracket. It gives the higher-seeded teams in Region 5 and Region 14 an automatic bid into that second round of games against the winner of the first round of ball games. So it will save some pitching for either squad. Of course, the Coastal Bend Cougars now, their backs to the wall. They're going to have to sweep the Apaches at home. And, boy, we've seen some crazy things in this series, so certainly possible down at Joe Hunter Field. We're probably going to try to broadcast those games. And, again, those will be 2 weeks from now. Coach Wren talking to Coach Brian Burley at home plate as we speak. But the district tournament scheduled for May 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th will be at Plano, Texas, Prestonwood Christian Academy. Both these teams will be in that tournament, and what happens down in Beeville will determine which spot in that bracket both these teams will be. And I say that, it's not 100%, but going into this weekend, it looked like North Arkansas was going to really be struggling to get to 500, and that's what they would have to do to get into the bracket. So for all practice, that the Coastal Bend, Tyler, and the top 4 teams from the Metro Athletic Conference. And so that'll wrap things up from Mike Carter Field. It's a 3-game sweep for the Apaches. They win game 1, 9-6 on Friday. They won game 2 today earlier, 13-7, and they win the nightcap in the doubleheader 6-3. So the Bats came alive here this weekend for Tyler Junior College. And so that'll wrap things up. Our final broadcast from the friendly confines of historic Mike Carter Field. I've enjoyed bringing these ball games to you from Mike Carter Field. We may broadcast some games from Joe Hunter Field down in Beeville, and we may do some games from the district tournament in Plano, Texas, joined by my lovely wife Kitty and Sophia and Susanna from China, and my daughter Lydia. So for the Department of College is Dr. John Groth, Tim Dr. Brian Charles, Smith, Kelsey Weeks, Sherry Harwood, saying thank you for watching the broadcast all season, and thanks for watching. Appreciate all the live chat comments online, and thank you to Miss Roca for shouting us out here at the end of the broadcast. This is Dr. John Groth. Until next time, so long, everybody.